Hello, everybody. My name's Gabby. I'm a portrait photographer, and today I'm going to be talking about photos from 2016. So it is currently January 2026, and I thought it would be fun to look back at photos from 10 years ago. That was 2016. That was a really fun time in my life. I graduated college that year and started grad school in London. So let's dive into some of my favorite photos from 10 years ago. Okay, this first portrait is called Meg. It is a digital photo that I took for my senior show at Webster. I did a portrait series of a bunch of different people, and then I actually made them into Van Dyke Brown prints in the darkroom, which was a really fun process. I had a photography teacher in the art department who was always teaching us how to do cool photography stuff, like making pinhole cameras out of cardboard boxes and trying cyanotypes and really just like getting our hands messy in the darkroom. So that was really fun. The next one is of my friend Lauren. I was always setting up shoots just for fun. This is from us just literally going to a pool and me trying different things. I think I had like a pink lens filter on my lens. One of the things I love from that time in my life is that I was always just exploring, trying new things with photography, trying long exposures. I was just creating for the love of it, which is really cool. Here's a little self-portrait. I don't know if you guys were doing this in 2016, but I was always taking self-portraits. I think this was right after I got my 50mm Nifty 50 lens on my Canon. Right around that time was when I switched from Nikon to Canon as well. I think I got a Mark II at first, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm still with Canon. I just switched to mirrorless, so I have an R6 now. Oh my gosh, I love this photo. I feel like I should have like brushed my curls out of my hair a little bit. But there's something in the eyes, there's something with the tones that's just like a very honest portrait. And I honestly should do more self-portraits now. Here's another one from that shoot with Lauren. She was my muse. We were also roommates in college, and I just always made her model for me for like everything that I did. This definitely shows the 2016 fashion of the time. We have the pink tulle skirt and black crop top. I had so many crop tops. I definitely was trying to mimic like a fashion magazine type portrait in this, like a full page spread. And you can see I even loved pink back then. This is when I moved to London. I did a sightseeing tour and I climbed to the top of St. Paul's Cathedral and I brought my camera. And this is just looking out along the river, along the city. I just snapped a couple wide shots of London. I remember this was one of my first solo activities by myself. Like I took myself on a date around the city. Yeah, it looks like a really cool picture, but I think it was just the location. But I do like the tones. I like the lighting. It's cool. This next shot was a test shoot for my MA photography project. I did a series called Eye Candy, and it was basically talking about like women in society and kind of like comparing them to like candy and sweets and how they're like objectified, which was like low-key an excuse to just do a bunch of crazy photo shoots with like ice cream and cupcakes and macaroons. So this was a studio test shoot we did, and I think we put marshmallows everywhere, and I thought it was so cool that I shot it straight down, but then I flipped it upside down for the edit. So I thought that was really cool. This is just a little tourist picture of me. My friend Madison and I did a weekend trip to Salzburg, and for some reason I just climbed on the wall and I was like, here, take my picture. Man, this is just like reminding me. I literally would take my camera everywhere I went, to every single thing that I did. I should do that again. I feel like I need to get back to that. Here we have another little sightseeing photo of London, although I did like a little pink gradient to it, so it looked nice and pink. I was already obsessed with pink even 10 years ago. I love how fluffy the clouds are. I actually printed this out and hung it up in my house because I still love it so much. This was more test shoots for my photo project at London College of Fashion. I got a bunch of pink donuts, pink backdrop, lipstick. It was kind of comparing how women have to like do themselves up to go out into the world, or how they feel they need to like dress up to present themselves. Another just like really fun kind of whimsical picture. Here's more from like just like a random fun shoot, which I was just always doing back then. I don't know why I edited it so dark and moody. I feel like that wasn't really my vibe back then, so I must have been kind of like trying to go out of my comfort zone. But again, just some of my friends, we went by a railroad track like at the back behind school, and I was like, okay, yeah, like pose really fashion-y. It's cute to look back at these because I think it's clear that I was like trying really hard to kind of like mimic what I thought was cool photography. Whereas now I have like more of my own vision of my photography, or like concept of what I want and what I want to do. And I've kind of developed more of my own style and vibe that I like. Here's me. I think we were getting dressed up to go out. Another thing that we did was we had this white brick wall in our apartment in school, and we would always set up photo backdrops, whether it was a holiday or just literally for fun. We would put up different backdrops and take photos. So I think this was just one night before we were going out. I was like, take a cute picture of me. Definitely, there's some hard flash happening, which is a style I still love to do, but it's cute. Little baby Gabby. And the last one is actually from New Year's Eve in London. I think it was either free or like $10 to be in the group that got to like stand by the London Eye when they shot off the fireworks at midnight. And I came back to London like on New Year's Eve so that I could watch the fireworks. And my friend Joe, who was at UAL with me, he was my +1. We walked down to the London Eye and waited until midnight. We shot off a bunch of fireworks. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I got a bunch of photos. I'm honestly surprised they let me bring my camera to that. But again, this is another one that I have a bunch of pics printed out of this because they're just such cool pictures. Obviously, I edited it to be like a pink tone because that's my style. That also kind of started a tradition for me to try to do something really fun every New Year's Eve, because that was just so fun and it was such a good start to the year that I was like, ooh, this is something I could definitely do every year and start the year off right. I think overall, looking at all these photos together, I see someone who has just so much creativity and wants to keep making and doing and trying new things, and is so eager to like just go out there and take photos. I definitely want to like hold that in me as I keep getting older. And now I'm like 15 years into being a photographer, maybe more than that. So it's just cool that I have so much documented of those early days and kind of to like look at the arc that I've had. And I think looking forward to 2036, I hope that I can look back at the photos I'm taking this year and have like the same appreciation and love and creativity for them. And I hope in 10 more years I have like even cooler photos that I haven't even thought of or expected to shoot in the future. So that was my look back at 2016. Hope you like it. Let me know what photos are your favorites in the comments. And I will end with this ridiculous portrait of me holding some flowers outside somewhere in London. I don't know if you guys were always taking these like ridiculous artsy photos for your Instagram back in 2016, but I definitely was.